Y'all, just when you thought things couldn't get any worse for Diddy, the feds just got hit with another bombshell that could completely seal his fate. A male escort, who's only going by John Doe for now, has come forward, not only suing Diddy for sexual assault, but also offering to cooperate with federal prosecutors in the ongoing criminal case against him. And the details of this case, absolutely horrifying.
There is a male sex worker who is saying that he is a prime example of what the federal prosecutors have been saying about Diddy, because he describes an encounter with Diddy in New York City that is textbook from what is in the indictment against Diddy.
According to the lawsuit, Diddy allegedly flew this escort out from Florida to New York City, hiring him through a companion service. What started as a business arrangement quickly spiraled into something much darker. Upon arriving at the InterContinental Hotel, the escort claims that he was subjected to one of Diddy's infamous freak-offs, a term that has now become synonymous with the shocking allegations surrounding the music mogul. These freak-offs are no longer just whispered about in industry circles. They're a key focus of the federal investigation, with prosecutors detailing disturbing patterns of behavior that have been going on for years. And if the previous accusations weren't bad enough, this latest claim takes things to a whole new level of depravity. The lawsuit alleges that Diddy didn't just hire this escort for a night of consensual fun. He allegedly drugged him, manipulated him, and subjected him to horrific abuse. The fact that this aligns with the patterns already outlined by the feds makes it even more damning. And let's be real, this isn't just another random accusation. This could be the breaking point that sends Diddy's legal troubles into complete free fall, possibly leading to even more devastating consequences for him.
The sex worker says that he was contacted by Diddy, said that they were going to meet at a hotel in New York City, and he showed up there, and Diddy was there with a girlfriend. Doesn't name the girlfriend.
John Doe claims that Diddy forced him into an hours-long ordeal, making him perform oral sex on a woman while subjecting him to relentless degradation and humiliation. According to the lawsuit, this wasn't just a case of coercion. It was outright abuse, with Diddy allegedly controlling every aspect of the encounter.
Diddy forced the sex worker to perform a sex act on his girlfriend for several hours, and then he brings up something we've heard in other lawsuits, that is baby oil, feeling like you were drugged.
But things took an even darker turn when John Doe says Diddy drugged him. He wasn't sure exactly how it happened, but he believes it was either through a bottle of water that he drank or from baby oil that was rubbed onto his body. Whatever the method, the result was the same. He completely lost control over himself, his senses dulled, and his ability to resist stripped away. Then, in a horrifying escalation, John Doe says he went to the bathroom, likely trying to escape or regain some composure, but Diddy followed him inside and allegedly raped him, leaving him completely traumatized and terrified for his life.
And then he alleges that that Diddy then sodomized him.
Now, this is where Diddy's alleged threats come into play. According to the lawsuit, after the assault, Diddy told the escort, "If I can get Pac hit, what the duck do you think can happen to you?"
Right, it was a threat of keep your mouth shut about this, otherwise I'm going to do to you what I did to Tupac.
This is a direct reference to Tupac's murder, implying that Diddy has the power to take someone out if they don't keep their mouth shut. Y'all, let that sink in for a second. If this is true, we're not just talking about sex crimes anymore. This is straight-up criminal intimidation and potentially even an indirect confession to something much bigger.
In this lawsuit, the male sex worker says that Diddy said to him, "If I can get Pac, as in Tupac, hit, what the blank do you think can happen to you?"
Like, don't say anything.
The feds have already painted Diddy as the mastermind behind these freak-offs, bizarre multi-day sex parties where he allegedly drugged and abused his victims. And while previous allegations involved women, this is the first time a man has come forward with such an explicit claim of sexual assault. And let's be real, Diddy's legal team must be panicking right now, because this escort is not only suing him, but is also willing to work with the federal prosecutors.
Diddy and his team, they're not going to deal with any of this until after they're done dealing with the federal case.
Lawsuits, money. Diddy's life his freedom is on the line right now, right?
And let's not forget, Diddy's under investigation for sex trafficking. The feds have already raided his properties, and they're reportedly sitting on a mountain of evidence. If this new claim gets added to the pile, it could mean even more serious charges for him. But of course, Diddy's lawyers are doing damage control. They released a statement to TMZ saying, no matter how many lawsuits are filed, especially by individuals who refuse to put their own names behind their claims, it won't change the fact that Mr. Combs has never sexually assaulted or sex trafficked anyone. But let's be honest, Diddy's legal team is just throwing everything at the wall, hoping something sticks. The more accusations pile up, the harder it's getting to believe that all these people are lying. And let's talk about that quote again. If this man is telling the truth and Diddy actually said, "If I can get Pac hit, what the duck do you think can happen to you?" This could completely change the conversation about Tupac's murder. We already know there have been whispers for years about Diddy's potential involvement, but this is basically him admitting that he has the power to make people disappear. And if the feds start looking into that statement, who knows what else could come out? Now let's get into the deeper implications of this case. With this new lawsuit, we have a clear pattern forming. It's no longer just about Cassie's lawsuit or the other women who have come forward. Now we have a male victim, which completely shatters any attempt Diddy's team might make to claim that this is just a money grab from bitter exes. This is a completely different angle, and it only makes his situation even worse. And let's talk about the fact that this escort could be a key witness in the federal investigation. If he's willing to work with the feds, that means he's ready to hand over every single detail about what went down that night. If there's any physical evidence, text messages, flight records, or even surveillance footage from the hotel, Diddy is in deep, deep trouble. And let's not forget about the alleged videotaping. While the escort didn't see Diddy recording the encounter, we already know that Diddy has been accused of secretly filming his sexual encounters before. If the feds find any tapes that corroborate this story, it's game over. And this also raises another important question. How many more people are out there with similar stories? Because let's be real, once one person speaks out, others follow. We saw it with R. Kelly, we saw it with Epstein, and now we're seeing it with Diddy. If there are more male victims, this could be the beginning of an entirely new chapter in Diddy's downfall. And let's not forget about the financial impact. Diddy has already lost major business deals, partnerships, and sponsorships over these allegations. But if more people start coming forward, the damage to his brand could be irreversible. He's already been dropped by multiple companies, and his influence in the music industry is rapidly shrinking. He built an empire based on his image, and now that image is completely shattered, no one wants to be associated with someone facing these kinds of allegations. This also begs the question, why haven't more of his industry peers spoken out? Are they scared? Are they complicit? Or are they just waiting for more information before they completely distance themselves? Because let's be real, once people see that Diddy is beyond saving, the floodgates will open. We saw it happen with R. Kelly. People who were silent for years suddenly had a lot to say when it became socially acceptable to call him out. The same thing could happen here, and when it does, we might hear stories that make this one look mild in comparison. Y'all, this case just keeps getting darker and darker. We're no longer talking about just rumors or speculation. These are serious, detailed allegations that paint a picture of a man who thought he was untouchable. But the walls are closing in fast, and with the feds already deep into their investigation, every new piece of information is just another nail in Diddy's coffin. One thing's for sure, this is far from over. If this escort really does cooperate with the feds, Diddy might be facing even more charges than we initially thought. And with all the heat already on him, this could be the final blow that takes him down for good. What do y'all think? Is this finally the end of Diddy's reign of terror? Are more victims going to come forward? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the Star Spills for all the latest updates on this case. We'll be keeping a close eye on this one because it looks like things are about to get even crazier.